Hello, dear pupils, how are you? Hope you are all okay. Welcome to Darasa online program. My name is Teacher Khalifa Masha. I am with you in English language revision program for standard 7. Our topic which we have been discussing about is seeking confirmation. And today we are going to look at seeking confirmation using question tag with special cases. But before we start our today's lesson, let us remind ourselves about what we discussed in the previous lesson. Well, you remember that in the previous lesson we discussed about indefinite subjects. Do you remember the meaning of indefinite subjects? Well, we said that indefinite subjects are subjects which do not specifically say what or which subject is being talked about. Examples are like this. We said they are into 3 categories, which I'm going to name them here. They are the category with indefinite subjects which ends with now here we used the formula, which is simple formula, which is seeing. Now S stands for some, E stands for every, and any and no. As to other words, it is the same. We said they are into these categories. We have words like somebody, everybody, anybody, and nobody. And we said for the case of one, it is someone, everyone, anyone, and no one. And lastly, we looked at something, everything, anything, and nothing. With this, we said that when you are talking about this, all are in singular. Therefore, we call them singular indefinite subjects. But now when it comes to, let's say we are talking about using question tags. Remember we said when we are talking about question tag using definite subjects, the auxiliaries change into plural together with the indefinite subject. Now for the case of some, every, any, no, with body and one, we said they use the pronoun they in question tag, remember. And with this, something, everything, anything, and nothing takes it when the sentence comes into question tag. Even here, the auxiliary which is in form of singular changes into plural, like is goes to are, was goes to were, and someone, everyone, anyone, no one goes to they. Some of the examples are, someone may say, someone is calling, aren't they? And when it comes to this part, something is wrong with my friend. Like an example, we say, something is wrong with my friend. The sentence, when it goes into question tag, we just say, isn't it something is wrong with my friend? Isn't it? Everything was stolen from the shop. Wasn't it? Now, we also looked at some of the indefinite which denotes negative. The indefinite which denotes negative, like nobody is inside. The word nobody, when you look at it, or the sentence nobody is inside, the way you see it is positive sentence. But the meaning of the sentence is negative. Therefore, nobody was inside. Were they? Were they? Nobody was inside. Were they? Nothing was taken. Was it? Why are we asking the sentence, or why are we asking the question tag into positive? It's because the word no is denoting or is showing negative. That's what we meant. We also looked at some of the subject pronoun which comes into forms like someone says, all of you, all of us. The pronouns also goes with the plural. All of them, the pronoun which is used is they. All of us, we use the pronoun we. Now today, as I said, we are going to discuss about question tags with special cases. What are the special cases? Come with me. The number one special case we are going to talk about is the word has or has got. A case of possession. How do we set question tags here? Now let's look at some of the examples. Now let us try to set question tags with this one. You have got a new TV. What is the question tag here? Now before we place a question tag, we need to know the word have goes together with the word got. Therefore, here we are going to use it as haven't you? Why did we use the word haven't as our, we used it as our auxiliary because it goes together with got, which is now act like a main verb in our sentence. you have got a new TV, haven't you? Number 2, you have a new car. Now, the word have has been used as a main verb. So, here now, you have a new car. If it has been used as a main verb, which verb is it going to be? It is going to be simple present. Now, which is going to be now? Don't. You. Don't you. It has a white tail. Likely, the word has is used as a main verb, since there is no any other verb here, as you can see in sentence number 2 and number 3. Therefore, what form of verb do we use when we use the word it? Remember, you goes with do, and it goes with does. I think you remember. Now we say it has a white tail, therefore the verb has is going to change into doesn't. It. This is a case when you are given a word has or have which goes with the word got in possession, and in cases where they stand as the main verbs. Now, number 2, we are going to orders or commands. How do we form question tags using orders or commands? Sometimes they are also called imperatives. Now, question tags with orders or command become this way. Now you can see, shut the door, stop making noise, go to sleep. All these are commands or orders. Now, when you talk about certain question tags here, there are some considerations you need to know. Now, with orders or command, our question tags uses words like he, will you. You may ask, why is it will? You know, will is a kind of verb which denotes actions which are to take place later, after some time. And if someone orders, shut the door, it is expected that after some minutes or after some seconds, the door will be shut. Therefore, the action which is going to take place later, we use will. Will shut the door. Who is giving the order? Shut the door. You. You just say, will you stop making noise? The same case we use, will you go to sleep? That is, after being commanded to go, after being ordered, the next is to move. Therefore, the tag is going to be will you. Number 3, there are and there is. When we use this word, there are and there is, how do we form the question tags? Let's look at the examples here. Now let's say there are some people in. What is the question tag? Simply we just pick this part which is having our auxiliary with these words. There are some people in. But remember, this sentence is in positive, therefore we change it into negative. Aren't there. Number 2, there is someone calling. It is going to change into isn't there. Number 3, there is nobody. Now also here you have to be very careful because you may write it wrongly. There is nobody. Now when you talk about there is nobody, here we are talking about negative. Therefore our tag is going to be is there. Why? It's because the word no is denoting negative. There is nobody. As for number 4, we are going to look at demonstrative pronoun. This is or that is. Example. Now we say this is and that is, simply we just call them demonstrative pronouns. Demonstrative pronouns are pronouns which points to something or to things. And we use words like this is when it is in your hand. This is. If something is far from where you are, you just point it. That is, this is. Now we just say This is pause pen. Now, the question tag we are going to set here, we need also to be very careful, because the point is we are referring to something. This is pause pen. So, if we ask a question tag, we need to be very careful. Is this the tense is, the statement is positive, so we are going to use negative auxiliary isn't. Now, what are we pointing? The point is to the pen. Pen is something. Thus, we say, isn't it? That is my father's car. That is my father's car. So, we also say, isn't it? Because we are pointing to the car. We are pointing to the car. That is not your bag. That is not your bag. The statement is negative. Now, here we expect that our tag is going to be is it. Now, after having looked at this 4 special cases, let's go to number 5. Number 5 says, using the phrase let's, how do we use, or how do we set question tags using let's? Now, before let me give some of the examples here and I show you something. One can say, let's go to play. Let's go to play. Now, what is denoted by the word let's? Now, in English, we say let's is a contracted form of the way, which is, it is a word let us. When it is contracted, it's when we get the word let's. So let's is a contracted form of the word let us. And with this word then, what we need to know is that when we say let us, what pronoun do we get? The pronoun is we. Let us, that means you and me, go. Let us go to play. Let us have something. Let us do. Now, let us gives us the pronoun we. Now, with this word, the tag, now with this word we say the phrase let's, it gives a suggestion. It suggests that something should be done after some time. Let's say, let's go to play. Here we expect that after having agreed, let's go to play, they are going to play. That is, this is the agreement set, let's go to play. And normally, when we talk about question tag, we use words shall we. Why? It's because we use the word we. Therefore, when we talk about let's, our tag comes into shall we. Let's go, shall we. I think we are together, my dear pupils. Now let me give you some more examples talking about let or let's. If someone says, let me, let him, or let her, let me, let him, then we expect that our tag is going to be shall, shall, shall. Now let me, shall, I, let him, shall he, let her, shall she. These are the question tags that we are likely to set when we are using the word let's. If someone says, let's start the work, shall we? Let's go for cinema. Let's go to play. Let's go to somewhere. Then we use the word shall we? Are we together? Okay. After having discussed all these special cases, let us try to see some of the uses of question tag. Number one, if you remember, we said we use question tags when we are talking about confirmation, or when we are seeking confirmation. We use question tags to confirm if something, is true or not. Something is true or not. I can ask, let me see. For instance, Tanzanians speak Swahili. If someone wants to prove, if someone wants to confirm, simply he will ask, don't they, Tanzanians, speak Swahili? Don't they? You like chips, don't you? You can't drive a car, can you? Or in other words, you can drive a car, can't you? That is to confirm. We use question tags to confirm if something is true or not. But also, question tags can be also used to show future speculations. We can also use question tags to show future speculations. Things we expect that will happen in the future, or things that we expect will not happen in the future. A good example, someone may say, she won't fail the exam. She won't fail the exam. Will she? The rain will come down, or it will rain. Won't it? The weather is going to be hot tomorrow. The weather is going to be hot tomorrow, isn't it? We are talking about things which will happen in the time to come, or which also may not happen in the time to come, but we talk about this by using future speculations, words like will or won't. Also, number 3, we may use question tags when we are offering. when we give offer, giving offer to somebody or to someone, someone may say, you would like some milk, wouldn't you? You would like to have a shower, wouldn't you? You would like to have coffee, wouldn't you? Now, the way you can see, we use polite language. We use polite words like would when we are offering something to someone. Words like would are polite words which are used in case someone is offering. That's why you see, you would like some milk, would you? You would like a cup of tea, you would like some coffee, you would like to have a shower, wouldn't you? Number 4, among the other uses of question tag is sometimes, you know, question tags are commonly used in spoken language or in normal conversation when people are talking to one another. So the need of using question tags comes when someone wants to confirm whether the speaker and the listener are together. So we sometimes say to encourage a reply from someone speaking to. Let's say you are 2 people and you are talking to one another. So if someone wants to confirm whether you are together, whether you are discussing the same, someone may use words like, you are with me, like I am teaching, you are watching, you are listening, you are with me, aren't you? So I'm trying to check whether we are together. So if you say yes, we are, or yes, I am, I know that we are together. You are enjoying the online teaching program. You are enjoying the online teaching program, aren't you? You are not playing, are you? You are not wasting your time, are you? We encourage a reply from someone speaking to. Now, this is what I planned to discuss and share with you today. Remember, we said that today we looked at question tags with special cases, and we looked at some of the words like the use of has or have with the word got when talking about possession, and we looked at the sentences. We also looked at some of the words like there is, there are, or demonstrative pronouns like that is, this is, and some other words like. Lastly, we ended talking about the use of let's. Sometimes you are asked to set a question tag using a phrase let's. We said let's, first of all, is a word that gives a suggestion, and let's go together or let's go to play. When you are talking about let, we said it is a contracted form of from the word let us, which gives us the word will. And when you talk about let, it's like talking about future. Normally we use the word shall, and let us, it now becomes we. So whenever you find the word let us, we use shall we. That's what you need to know. We also looked at imperatives or commanding words or orders. Shut the door. Stop making noise. With this kind of words, the question tag that we use is will you. So if someone says, stop shouting, go to sleep, do this, the question tags commonly used is will you. That's what we discussed about today. Now let us try this exercise to check if we were together and to test also our understanding in question tag. My dear pupils, here are 6 questions. Fill in the blanks by choosing the letter of the most correct answer with the correct question tag form. Number 1, I'm going to do it as an example for you. Then the rest of the questions you will have to attempt them on your own. She must wake up early. Of course, we never discussed about this, but let me use this chance also to tell you that the word must is also among the modal auxiliaries, as we said in the previous lessons. Must is a modal auxiliary. Now we must wake up early. We need to set a question tag here. Now before you make a selection, before you go to the given answers, you have to know what is going to be the correct tag before you get the answer. She must wake up early. Here the word must is before the word work, so it is helping this word here. So we are going to change this word with the pronoun or with the subject she. Must. She must wake up. First of all, this is positive statement. Then the question tag we are going to set is from here. Mustn't she? Exactly, that's very good. Therefore, will she? This is not the answer because we are not talking about future. Mustn't she? Yes, exactly, this is the answer. But let's try to check some others. Must she? This is positive, therefore we expect the tag to be into negative. This is also positive tag, so it can't fit. Won't she? Won't is talking about future. Something to happen in the time to come. Not, this cannot be the answer. Isn't she? Also that is not also the answer. So the answer which correctly give the correct statement here, or the correct tag is mustn't she. Therefore our answer is B. So before you place the answer, make sure you consider all the factors, that there must be a question mark at the end. So if you are provided with a statement with already with a question mark, make sure you don't choose the tag with the question mark again, because remember, in writing, a sentence cannot have double question mark. So as for number 2, number 3, 4, up to 6, try to attempt them. Up to this particular moment, my dear pupils, I thank you very much for having been with me from the beginning of this topic up to this time, and I say this is the end of this topic. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best.